Hey, Tara Laidlaw here from the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy with today's episode of Outside Every Day with So Real. Today, I'm going to share with you about how dead trees are a super duper important part of healthy forest ecosystems. You might think that once a tree has lived and died, it has done its part in the forest and it's no longer really important, but nothing could be further from the truth. Dead trees provide a really important food and habitat for lots of different critters in the forest, and that includes dead trees that have fallen on the ground, like this log behind me, and also dead trees that are still standing, which are called snags. So let's take a peek at some of the things that are using these dead trees as food and habitat. On this downed log, we can see that we've got lots of mosses growing. We've also got a little tiny baby tree growing out right here. Those are examples of plants, vascular plants, that are using this dead tree as a place to grow, as a habitat. We can also see some really cool fungus, these big mushrooms, like these guys down here. We've got some littler ones as well. And there's also some slugs in here. So there's one. There's a few more. They are just out in full force today. And the fungus and the slugs are examples of decomposers, which are organisms that can break down dead organic matter, so dead things that used to be alive, and turn them into soil. And this is really important because by turning those things back into soil, they're recycling the stuff that the tree is made out of and allowing for more things to grow out of that fresh soil. I like to think of the decomposers as the FBI, the fungus, bacteria, and invertebrates that do all of the recycling in the forest. And so here again, we can see some fungus. Ooh, there's a cool one. And the fungus, a lot of the fungus we can't actually see. It's made up of like teeny tiny little invisible strands inside of the log. But what we see is the fruiting body. So we do see part of the fungus outside. The slugs are examples of invertebrates. And we can't see the bacteria, of course. The bacteria is microscopic. But if you want to learn more about making observations about bacteria, check out my video from a couple weeks ago where we used hydrogen peroxide. So here I'm standing at the base of a snag. And it's important to remember to look up when you're looking for snags, because this particular tree might look like a tree, but when you look up, well, it's done. So this snag is pretty cool because there are all kinds of little holes in it. And those holes might be from insects that are going after some nutrients in the tree or are making homes in the tree. Those might also be from woodpeckers that are going after the insects. And some woodpeckers will even make their homes in snags, and those are sometimes considered to be a pioneer species, which means that those woodpeckers, they have the built-in tools, the built-in beak, to do the hard work of drilling a hole in the tree or drilling a nest in the tree. But then after that bird is done with that home, sometimes other animals will move in and use those homes as well. So right here we can see this cool base of the snag. It looks like that might be part of the tree that fell off. So there's a log that would probably yield some other interesting critters and plants living in there. And so as you are out and about exploring, I would encourage you to keep your eyes peeled for dead trees, both snags that are still standing and logs that are on the ground, and take a close look to see what kinds of plants and animals are making their home or finding food in those dead trees, so that you can see just how important those dead trees are to the forest ecosystem. You might even want to bring your nature journal along and make some notes. You could make predictions about what kinds of things you'll see in logs and compare that to your notes about what you actually see when you find those logs and snags. And here's just a quick shot of a much taller snag, but you can see up here at the top some of those woodpecker holes. Thank you so much for tuning in today to learn about why dead trees are so important to forest ecosystems and all about decomposers, those FBI that love to live in the dead trees, among many other creatures. I am filming today in Oredson-Todd Woods, which is a publicly accessible park here in Ashland. And so if you are in Southern Oregon, in this neck of the woods, I strongly encourage you to come visit this beautiful property. It is open to the public, and you can find all kinds of information about the park and the trails and the kinds of plants and animals that live here on the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy's website and also on the Ashland Parks and Recreation website. So check those out. Come give a visit to this absolutely spectacular place. It's even dog friendly, so you can bring everyone. And thanks again for tuning in.